need, and that's winnability.
Winnability.
He don't know how to win these games, man. So I definitely say he's not the answer. He looked good in the first half, though. He came out, he dropped it, he escaped, and every time he do something good, it's off of his escape. He escaped, he throw it down. Second half come, he's trash. Every drive, he's trash. They move the ball on one drive, and that drive is all runs. It's a 15-yard run, a 12-yard run, an 8-yard run. That's all Ben Johnson and creative runs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Ben Johnson probably don't like it.
He doesn't like it.
So, hey, I don't know how long the leash is, but I don't expect too much from Caleb Williams in the future.
Yeah, I was really interested to see this game because I watched Chicago in the preseason, and I'm really excited for what Ben Johnson was going to do for Caleb. Ben has a huge offense, and custom tailoring it to a kid with his skill set, I thought it was going to be really fun. They look good in the preseason. Caleb's ability to scramble is really, really kind of unique. He has athletic ability to kind of worm his way out of the pocket, and he has enough speed to get away from defenders, but does he keep his eyes up? Can he complete the ball downfield? That is like the next evolution that we need to see. Starting out 10 of 10, he looked great. He was on time, rhythm and timing, ball was coming out. ESPN showed the graphic of getting the ball out, 1.8, 2.3. He knew where he was going with the ball, rhythm and timing, looking great. Then the second half, it dried up, and it dried up quick. And to me, when you have that escapability and you're running around and you can't make a completion down the field, like, we have an issue, right? You're not playing with rhythm and timing. You're not creating on the move. And what I really feel for Ben Johnson's offense is they need that heavy run. They need that heavy action. I like DeAndre Swift. I think DeAndre Swift's more of a 2. I think they need a big thumper. I think they need something dynamic, kind of like Sonic and Hedgehog, how they have in Detroit. I think they're missing that. So when you're missing that component of the game, it really stymies the play-action game, and that's where Ben Johnson wants to get you. So I really just think, Caleb started hot, not a great finish. Run game left him out to dry, and then that really kind of dries up the play-action game, really where they want to kind of hurt you.
You said this was, first of all, y'all was excited to see this game?
Yeah.
I was. I wanted to see
I wanted to see JJ.
I want to see
not too much Caleb, but JJ,
I want to see what JJ had. He's young. I mean, the guy has a great pedigree. He had the injury. He's coming in. He's got talent all around him. Justin Jefferson, arguably best wide receiver in the league. I want to see him just chuck it up to him.
Because I was confused when, they put this on Monday night because it's the Bears. Bad news Bears. Kardashians meet Future. They have commitment problems. You said JJ made history
in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, there was also history on that field. A quarterback in the last 18 months having 11 different voices in his ear. 3 head coaches, offensive coaches, 1 defensive coach, goddamn a new owner. That's never happened in the NFL, period. So how can this kid be successful if every 4 games in reality he has someone speaking different in his ear, right? This was built for chaos, right? I was confused on who the quarterback. I thought it was fucking Fields still. I was like, I'm like, Fields got my jersey on and realized, wait, this is a whole nother person. This is the kid from USC. So you're telling me that you failed the first quarterback with this upside down? Because between the 2 quarterbacks, that's 18 different personalities that's trying to tell them what to do. And this is supposed to be successful? This is what they put on Monday night? Huh? They should play Wednesday. They should play when nobody want to see this. This should be with WNBA games. I'm just be honest.
This ain't just start in the NFL with Caleb, though, Gil. This goes back to D.C. Bro played high school football in D.C. and he ain't win a chip.
No, I get
like,
it.
bro, me and you go play high school ball in D.C. and win a chip. But that's D.C. high school football, no chip. He get to college, he lose 10 games. Like, bro, that's trash.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. He won the Heisman because it looked good. It was real, a lot of flair to it. And I guess he put up numbers, but the year he won the Heisman, he lost 5 games, Gil. Like, man, come on, man. This ain't just start when he got this new coach and this new coach and this new coordinator. Bro, he needs something. They trying to find the whisperer for this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But structure is the most important part. So you're saying that if he's already erratic, you don't put him on an erratic organization. That's not going to help him out.
You give him one of the top OCs in the league. That's big.
That's right now.
You give him one of the best guys doing it.
Ben Johnson ain't helping the goddamn Bears. I can tell you that. That's just that.
He helped the Lions. The Lions was the Bears 3 years ago.
Yeah.
He helped the Lions.
They had 17 new coordinators in 18 months. I mean, that's just.
Hey, Matt Stafford probably could go through the gauntlet with coordinators, bro. He probably can just go through them.
I personally just never seen this many. It just shows something about you as an organization. If you can't commit to something, right? That's where it starts. It starts from you first, then it moves forward. I mean, he should go back to 1940, 1930, when the quarterback just went in and called his own plays. Because at this point, just go in there and call your own. Just call your own fucking plays. Because at this point, anything that comes in your ear is actually irrelevant. Because now you done got this habit, had to change it for this habit. Like, it's so many different personnel.
No, but Ben Johnson was supposed to be the answer. You know, like
he just got there. That's new. He got now. You got to erase the other three coordinators. You got to erase everything they told you, right? You got to erase the last two coaches that just told you, right? This ain't even a full 2 years.
Ben Johnson told him to throw a slant on 4th down. Throw a slant. DJ gonna be open. He missed that shit by 3 yards. Like,
maybe my last coach told me don't throw no slant.
Nah, come on, bro. I'm just missed a slant by 3 yards. Like, come on, fam.
It just sounds like excuses. Last year it was the O-line. Oh my gosh, the O-line. Caleb didn't have time. They fixed the O-line, so now this is a new excuse.
No, the excuse is the
guy.
The excuse is the organization. Because they have gotten new O-lines, they have gotten new coaches, defensive coach, so they have erased everybody. So they're not confident with who they're picking either.
Yep.
Okay, so but if they had the first pick, Caleb can't help where he gets picked. In fact, there's a big stink about the dad was trying to get him to do the Archie Manning thing where you try to get him elsewhere.
Hell yeah, I would have too. It's the Bears.
Yeah. I think it's building up
right now. But that's being a first-round draft pick.
So do we forgot they had Fields doing good, right? Play well, right? Mm-hmm. He got out of there. Okay.
He plays. I mean, he didn't play well, but it wasn't just too bad.
DJ Moore went down.
DJ Moore went tripping. DJ Moore had his best year with Fields, so
11th pick in 2023.
I think if we zoom out here,
2023. Yeah. That's a few months ago.
Right.
And they had the 11th pick, so obviously the people who's making these decisions clearly don't know what they're doing at this point in time.
I think if you zoom out from Caleb Williams for a second and then you look at the Chicago Bears and what they've done over the last several years, I think Poles has been doing a good job of plugging holes as they come up. He addressed the offensive line.
Yep.
The defense is legit. DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, that was a great draft pick. He's going to come into his own. And I feel like last night the plays were there to be made. Plays were there to be made for Caleb, and he just missed.
He missed every throw in the second half.
Yes.
Every one of them.
100%.
Every throw.
100%.
Bro missed every one, bro. Yeah. Every play that, remember, we were just talking about, you said plays that quarterbacks has to make to get his team over the hump. He missed every one of them motherfuckers.
He did. Yeah. He did.
And everyone.
I can't. Hey, listen. Once you get out the end, then it's on you. But I mean,
man, listen.
Structure.
Yeah. Okay, but Gil, think about this. Ben Johnson was heralded as the best play caller in football over the last couple of years with Jared Goff in Detroit. He's not there, and Jared Goff had a long day Sunday, so you start thinking, man, is he missing Ben Johnson?
Right.
Well, Caleb, over the first 10 throws of the game, you're saying, the savior has arrived in Chicago. It's Ben Johnson. The problem with play calls for Caleb is about half of them don't matter because he's going to call his own play in his head after the snap. Right. Because he's just going to play backyard almost every time. At USC, he won the Heisman Trophy playing backyard football. Literally just running around because he was quicker and stronger than the people rushing him, and they couldn't get him on the ground. And once he gets free, he can make it up, especially against less athletic college players in the secondary. You can get those guys loose a little easier than you guys who can stick the coverage for long enough that he's running around and he can't find anybody. And then he gets sacked 68 times because he can't find anybody because you're going to play 10 seconds of coverage as opposed to 3 seconds of coverage, right? Okay, so it's hard for Ben Johnson, like Aqib said earlier. Ben Johnson's sitting someplace this morning looking at this tape, just going like this. It's the way I watch Caleb. Every time I watch Caleb, I watch it like this because I'm like, God, no, please don't. Because when he escapes, I'm like, usually something bad is going to happen. Yeah. It's going to be a big loss or it's going to be a misfire. And he loads up. He got a huge arm. I mean, he can rocket throw it. But it just doesn't matter if it doesn't get where it's supposed to go. And after a while, he wears his receivers out because you can just see their body language like, bro, I'm open. You're not even giving me a chance on the football. Yeah. Like, just get it in my area code where I can get my hands on it somehow. He doesn't have much touch to his throws because the one over the middle to DJ on 4th and 3, my God, it's sort of hard. He's throwing 105-mile-an-hour fastball over the middle, and it's, you know, the great thing about Brady, they said he didn't have a big arm. Man, it was about sweetly catchable as you could ever throw, right? Every throw is just catchable because it's coming at the correct speed to get there on time, but it's also, I can catch this. Caleb's ball always looks hard to catch to me. It looks like even it'd be hard to catch interceptions. He threw, but you know, just he doesn't throw that many interceptions because I don't think he's very accurate. You know, he's not even getting in the area code of the DB.
So how long, I mean, on the defensive side, when you get a new defensive coach, how long does it take before what he's implementing actually is affecting the game?
If you're a baller, Gil, it don't take long at all. I had 3D coordinators in Tampa, 3D coordinators in Denver.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's the change is part of football. Shit change. Shit happens. Shit change. Hey, I don't miss a beat. We playing cover 2 bet. We playing 3. We playing man. Say no more. I know how to play football. I'm going to study and prepare myself on what the offense is doing. So I'm going to have a good idea what guys are doing. That's going to help me. I don't know what the fuck going to help Caleb, bro. But
that's what I'm saying. Ben Johnson's supposed to be this guru, but how long before what he's doing translate to that offense?
But it was there last night.
It takes time. It takes time. On defense, I feel like on defense, you guys can get a new defense year over year, and you guys are going to go ball, right? You guys are see ball, hit ball, play your coverage, do that stuff. Offense takes time, especially this offense. And it's going to take a couple weeks for Ben Johnson to figure out what Caleb Williams does best. And it's going to take a lot of conversation between Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams where if you don't see it, you don't feel it, I don't want you scrambling around and running around because these defensive tackles and defensive ends and outside linebackers that are chasing you down are a lot faster than you've seen at USC. At USC, when he won the Heisman, he was so athletic, he'd be able to get out in the flat, guys come open, he delivered some accurate balls. In the NFL, he is scrambling for his life, and it's just his eyes come down, and it's not there. So offense is going to take some time. And I think what's really going to hold them back, again, go back to the run game. Because what Detroit did really well was they had Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. They were going to come downhill at you and put you on your heels. And then Goff was going to get to work in the play-action game. And Goff, the last several seasons with Ben Johnson, I mean, he has played the best ball of his career.
No doubt.
So that's where the bar is. Ben Johnson knows it works. Now he just needs to get Caleb to come up to that level of execution. It's going to take some time.
Yeah. So you wouldn't give up on him now? Would you give him at least one more year after this year?
I wouldn't even drafted his ass, bro. Like that. Like, bro, I would have drafted J.J. Bo. It's hella quarterbacks I would have drafted before I drafted this dude.
Because you already had Ben, right?
For the simple fact that you lost 5 games this year. I'm not picking you, fam. Hey, as a quarterback, bro, that's the stat I'm looking at. Did he win in high school? Did he win in college? Then that if you ain't winning in high school, you ain't winning in college. I don't think you could win in the league. So I'm not picking you. So I feel you. Organization, they shouldn't have picked his ass.
No. I think if it looks like the second half yesterday, if it looks like that the entire season, Caleb Williams will have some competition next year in training
he
camp.
will.
You know,
Man, that looks horrible, man. That's the first round picks that didn't even stay there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Bro, it happens, bro.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
So, Gil, think about this. Baker Mayfield has had 10 offensive coordinators in his career. He's had at least one every year, except he had Alex Van Pelt for 2 years. But every year it's been like 2 and then 1 and 2 more. it's hard, man. But Baker Mayfield, as difficult as he can be to get along with for the opposition, is very coachable. And he's been incredibly adaptable. He came out here to the Rams, remember, on a Thursday night. He just sort of flew into town and said, I got this. I'll figure it out, and here I go. And I think it was Liam Cohen was his, was the coordinator, and obviously Sean. But Baker is adaptable in what he's going to run the play as called, and he's not going to run around and try to make up his own play. Yeah. So, okay. And the other point about Chicago is you're talking about what a sad sack organization it is. So last night at halftime, they honored the 1985 Chicago Bears because it's all they have in that city. And I worked there. I know Chicago. I lived there. But think about this. 1985 was a long time ago, and that's all they got. And they were great, man. This is before your time, but
I know about him though.
We know about
85 Bears. I know about
everybody knows about the legendary 85 Bears.
History lessons and shit.
Hey, that defense was as intimidating as any that ever stepped on a football field because Buddy Ryan invents the Bear defense, the 46 defense, and man, they're still honoring the 85 Bears because they haven't had anything to cheer for since 1985. And if they've missed on Caleb, which you believe they have, and you're right there, and I just root for him. I like him from Oklahoma, but I'm hanging in. But the doubts are screaming at me like wrong, and yet Chicago, to your point, that's the last time anybody's going to want to see them on Monday Night Football. Like they'll give it one shot because Caleb's interesting because he's so controversial. He's been controversial a little bit and off the field and with his family and all that. So he's still a lightning rod up against JJ from his draft. Let's see how they go against each other. So I was excited about it, but I was more excited for the fourth quarter than the first quarter.
So they just switched halves. One played great first half, the other one played bad the first half. That's all they did.
Yeah, but what mattered though?
The second half.
Yeah, that's the half.
That can erase the first.
Yeah, can you close the game? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
You keep playing like the organization though, and like going to the Bears. If you're an elite quarterback, it doesn't matter where you go. You can shine. Joe Burrow, his second year, took him to the Super Bowl. Bengals have always been ass. He goes. They were 2-14 when he got drafted. Then takes him to the Super Bowl. If you're an elite quarterback, you can't blame the organization.
Like Baker had the Browns in the playoffs.
No, if you're a generation,
playoffs with the Bucks. Like
if you're a generational talent, you can get over organization for a while.
Right.
If you're that guy, like you can. Like, you know what I mean? If I put Lamar or Vic or one of those Cam Newton, and I put you on a bad team, and you can,
they're gonna raise the.
I can.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole key right there. If you want to be an elite player in the NFL, not only do you have to be great, but you have to raise everyone's game around you.
Exactly.
Change the whole organization. Yeah.
100%, especially at the quarterback position, because you're in command of so much. You can throw guys open. Mm-hmm. You can check into the right plays. You got to make the guys around you better to be elite.
Yeah. Okay, but let's look at JJ. Obviously, we talked a lot about Caleb. What do you guys think of JJ? What did he show you?
Oh, I love this. I love when rookies get thrown into the fire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm saying he's a rookie. He's a second-year kid, but these are his first NFL snaps. The first half was a complete mess. There was no rhythm and timing. There was no semblance of cohesion. Offensive line was failing him. J.J. McCarthy was dropping back. He was hitting his last step, and he wasn't looking downfield. He was looking to run. Really, really uncomfortable. And I really like seeing defenses do that to young quarterbacks, right? He was seeing ghosts. There were plays last night that he could have made early to kind of give them a jump start that he missed on. And then you look at the second half when games are won. He was a beast. Wasn't making completed some passes, but I just think that moxie, that it factor, I think he showed it late in the fourth quarter. And I really think that the Vikings can build around that. I think you saw the guys fired up and excited to play with him. I know if he gave me a shot like that in the fourth quarter, if he came out and balled like that, I'm going to give you everything I got.
Yep.
So I think, it started off terrible, but it ended in kind of a perfect way where they can rally around him and kind of get him going.
So you're kind of overlooking the first three quarters. You're like, you know what?
Yeah, it was just so bad. It's hard to evaluate. I mean, it was miserable. It really was miserable. There were plays to be made. He looked uncomfortable in the pocket. rhythm and timing were completely off. You know, first half you're looking at Caleb, the ball's out 1.9, 2.8, ball's coming out. He knows where he's going with the ball. It looked like J.J. McCarthy had no idea where he was going with the ball in the first half. And a little with Caleb, you know, a little bit with J.J., these mobile quarterbacks, you can see it in them. They're hitting that back step and they're looking around and everything's covered and you just kind of see it like, oh shit, you see the shoulders come down. Where am I going to escape to? They start feeling that rush. So first 3 quarters, got to get that cleaned up, but you can build off that in the last quarter. So hopefully O'Connell will get them right. I love O'Connell's offense, and anytime you have Justin Jefferson on, nice offense, right? Like we talk about, like a lot of shifts, a lot of motions, a lot of dictating to the defense. Like, hey, we're going to get you lined up here, and we're going to run our concepts.
Yep.
And, I mean, anytime you got J.J. on the outside, just throw that thing up to him. So I think, you know, J.J. McCarthy could have got some early completions that were there to be made, then it would have felt a little bit better in the first half. But that was pretty bad.
The O'Connell, that's that Shanahan McVay tree.
He does.
You, man, that offense is crazy. But I done been in games with Peyton where it just looked cool for 3 quarters. Then that 4th quarter, he come out with that shit. That we just like, come on, Peyton, like, damn, what is he? Peyton, what is you doing? And then 4th quarter, all right, there go Peyton, there we go, baby. So it happens like that sometimes. He a rookie. You ain't expected to look perfect for the first 3 quarters, or you ain't expected to look perfect. When it was time for it to look perfect, it looked fucking perfect, man. He showed me the clutch gene last night.
He did.
And if you look at his background, see, quarterbacks, I'm always gonna check your background. This is a guy who won a state championship.
He did.
He went to IMG, won another state championship. You know what I'm saying? At the highest level of college. They go play dogs all around. He went undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
And then he goes to Michigan.
And then he go to Michigan. The dude lose 1 game his whole college career.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guys who I'm picking on my team to lead my team. You know what I'm saying? It's that ability that I always talk about with quarterbacks. It's that winnability, man. So I don't really care how it look for 3 quarters. If you could lock in and look guys in their eyes in that 4th quarter and show that shit in the 4th quarter, man, them the type of guys I'm riding with. So I love JJ in that offense with that team. Watch, Minnesota, hey, they're going to be fighting for a wild card, man. Watch.
Yeah, it took him 3 quarters to get that rust off. I mean, he got hurt last year, so he hasn't played a game.
Exactly.
He ain't played a game in a minute. So, when you're looking at, last night, those first 3 quarters, it's just him trying to adjust to this new experience, right? So this is his rookie year, which the last time he's seen action was college. So, for all of this to come in real time, he's hesitant, he's scared. He looked like a deer in headlights, right? So I think by the time the 4th quarter came and we're down, now it's like, what you gonna do? Now all fear goes out and it's just say, all right, let me just go with my instincts. And then you've seen what his instincts did, and 21 points in the 4th quarter, back to back, drives. It kind of really showed what he's capable of and what you're going to expect in the future.
So what that kid did last night was very rare, as you guys know. He was lost certainly for almost all the first half until late. He made one really nice throw on the deep out that got them in field goal range. And so that sort of like, oh, okay, now I'm okay. But along that trail, remember, Justin Jefferson dropped a pass. He just hit him right there. I don't know what he's doing. It just went right through the breadbasket. And then Thielen, who they got to help the young quarterback, he gets it right here, and he just can't hang on. Well, most rookie quarterbacks in their debut back in their home, it's not his hometown, but home area. He's in the Chicago area that he grew up. If you throw him into that fire that early, they're just going to go in the tank. They're going to come all apart. They're going to unravel the rest of the game and just be lost to the football team for the rest of the game. And he kept shaking it off, and all of a sudden, he found it. And once he found it, he just caught complete fire, and the whole team got on fire. And if you saw in the video of him in the locker room afterward, they're just going crazy for him because he showed them some stuff in that game, some real stuff that will last. And to your point about what did you do, what your resume said, that what does it say you are? You were champion, and you were champion. And at Michigan, they go win the chip, and they're a running football team with Blake Corum for the most part, but he made a lot of big throws for them. And he was 22 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. But here's the key point up against Caleb. What did I say? Caleb, not accurate. First year in the NFL, 62%. It ranked 31st in completion percentage. Oof. JJ at Michigan in his last year led the nation with 72% completion percentage. Okay, so he's an accurate thrower of the football. Okay, that'll translate and that will last in the National Football League. And I know people at Michigan who kept telling me, he's kind of a goofy kid, like a happy-go-lucky kid who's kind of got a silly side to him, but he's like goofy resilient, if you know what I mean. Like nothing bothers him. He stays in his own head. He doesn't get down on, like Harbaugh's hard to play for, the quarterback position, because Harbaugh, he made the Pro Bowl as an NFL quarterback. It was 1 year, he wasn't great, but he was good as a quarterback, and so he's been notoriously hard on his, when he was coaching college football, on his college quarterbacks. And JJ just laughed him off and kept throwing touchdown passes and completing balls. Well, whatever that quality is was on full display last night in the third and especially in the fourth quarter when the kid who was lost in the first half took over the football game, right? He just took it over, and they scored 21 in the fourth.
Set a record.
My God. I mean, that's just spectacular. So it bodes well. Like just off, it's one game and it's opening Monday night. I got it, but Caleb's stock is going south and JJ's stock is going north off one game. And maybe you can't take it to the bank, but I think we're pretty much taking it to the bank from what we saw, right?
Yeah. I think that resilience showed up last night. Yeah. I mean, he's getting dummied. I mean, he's seeing ghosts. Things are moving fast.
Yeah.
But the resilience showed up after the pick six.
Oh, yeah.
He throws the pick six, and then they cut to him on the sideline, barking at the offensive line, getting them fired up, right? Yeah. And Aikman said something like, you know, if I was that offensive lineman, I'd tell him to shut up and go sit down, something along those lines. And as an offensive lineman, we're out there dogging it out for this kid. I'm giving my life so that you and we can have success, right? So I saw him yelling at the O-line. And then it flipped a switch in his head, and that dog came out, and that moxie, and that championship caliber, that resilience, championship caliber. I mean, lightning in a bottle. It was beautiful to see. And in the NFL, it's so much about momentum and getting the boys behind you. So I'm really interested to see where the Minnesota Vikings go from here, because again, ton of talent. Love Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. They switched out the interior of that offensive line. I like the tackles, but they switched out the interior. So. Excited to see where they go for this. I'm
and the
pumped
defense,
up
man. Flo.
Oh, and the defense, yes.
Flo just keep you right there, right there. We just waiting for JJ to turn it on. B Flo gonna keep you right there. We gonna save some of these blitzes. Let Caleb Williams think he fucking doing something. And right when he want to turn that shit on, he turn that shit on and put it, hey. Flo do that shit, man. I played for Flo in New England.
Oh, you did? I forgot about that.
I played for Flo. He was the safeties coach in New England, man. He had that shit in New England. I knew he'd be a head coach. Definitely a D coordinator one day. So I love to watch his.
Why did I pick the Vikings last night? I just gave you one word: Brian Flores.
Yep.
That's it. Because he's as good as there is now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Bill was once upon a time, and he's a chip off the block and all that. But there's not a better D coordinator right now.
Flo go crazy,
right?
We're talking about the Shanahan-McVay tree on offense. Now you have Flores on defense. And playing against him, he's a fucking problem. He is going to give you multiple things that you haven't seen on tape. He's going to give you pressure looks from a bunch of different looks. They have linebackers walked up. They give you 7 up, 8 up. He's a monster. He's a beast. And that defense flies around. They play well. They play fast. They play together. So
last quick point. Richie and I hate field goal kickers and field goal kicking.
My gosh.
So just a quick point in Caleb's favor, Chicago's favor. The first play of the fourth quarter, they're up 17-6. It's a 50-yard field goal, but it's Santos. He's got that kind of leg, and he's wide right with it. It looked like he just didn't hit it. But if you make it and it's 20-6, I don't know. Could they hang on to 20-6? They might. They might have.
That was the all run drive that Caleb had nothing to do with.
No, you know what? Sure. It was a swift.
It was an all run drive right there.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
As a offensive line, how often are you watching film with your quarterback?
All the time. Okay. All the time. We're watching film. We're breaking down run game, what we're seeing in the run game, what we're kind of early in the week. Wednesday we're breaking down run game. Thursday we're breaking down sub, nickel, kind of passing down, stuff like that. But we're watching a ton of film. With all the great quarterbacks, you're at least watching film 2 or 3 days with them, especially the blitz film. That's the biggest stuff where you're on the same page with the quarterbacks and the running backs. So Friday, Saturday, we're sitting down, we're watching that blitz tape, and that's why you're sitting there with flow and you're getting blitz look after blitz look after blitz look, and nothing looks the same. So great teams, the great teams I've been on, you watch a lot of film with the quarterback.
But are you watching the defense or are you watching the habits of each other?
We're watching the defense. We're trying to pick up tendencies, right? We're trying to forecast, listen, this is what we do. We might be similar to New England in this and Tampa in this. So let's watch them play those defenses that are similar to our offense. And we're picking up on tendencies, trying to pick up, hey, when they put the nickel down a little bit and they push the safety over, the nickel's coming. Little things like that. Alignment, assignment, technique. That's what we're kind of looking at. And I've been on teams where the quarterbacks just kind of do their thing. We don't go over the pressure tape, and there's kind of a little bit of a communication issue. But the best teams I've been on, we watch a lot of film.
Okay, because, I was just wondering, like, every quarterback has their own personal tendencies outside of the play, right?
Yep.
So, like, if I know I get pressured, I have a habit, right? And my habit is to do something when, I'm trying to escape. Mm-hmm. If you're the line and you understand that, then it might be a little bit easier. So, like, if I'm supposed to block for 3 seconds this way, knowing his habit, it might be 2, then I got to shift and make it more comfortable for him. Mm-hmm. So, like, even in, as, in the NBA, I know, like, if I pass the ball to this guy on this block, he gonna dribble once and then he gonna pass the ball. So coach told me to cut in, but I know I can't cut in because I'm gonna drop if I go this side. So understanding the habits of each other kind of will make it easier because, like, I know, okay, he's weak when you hit him this way, so I'm a tend to be on this side and help him a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So I was just wondering if it was just all defense or actually understanding each other's.
Well, that comes down, that would what we call self-scout, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what the Patriots did better than everybody else. Not only did they know everything that you were doing, they knew their own tendencies. Okay. So a lot of evolved offense coordinators and great offense coordinators, they'll go back and they'll look, like, I think Caleb has a tendency to roll out to his right. Okay, do we got to get the O-line? Do we got to change up the blocking scheme? Do we got to get, start shifting some routes over there? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, self-scout is huge, man, because as we're studying teams, they're studying us, and you have to know your tendencies or you're going to get exposed. Okay.
So 71% of the chat says J.J. McCarthy is a better quarterback than Caleb Williams. I think you guys are all kind of on that as well. He also, if you watched him in college, he would meditate before every single game. He's super big on the mental game. Obviously, we saw that in the fourth quarter. This is a mental game. To be able to come through in the fourth quarter when you're down, clearly he has that capability, which is huge. I want to talk about a team that is struggling on and off the field right now. So we got Miami.
The Giants.
Yeah.
Them too.
Yeah, but that's really nothing new. Okay, so we got Tyreek Hill. He's got more drama. I feel like this kid has so much drama right now.
Ooh, shit.
Okay.
Gil off the
you didn't even have to say Miami.
Okay, so his wife, this is a headline right now, reportedly claims 8 incidents of domestic violence in the divorce filing. So, should Miami move on from Tyreek Hill? Is this okay? It's always in the news every day, Aqib.
I don't really judge guys. Your off the field stuff, hey, that's your off the field stuff. I judge guys by what they do on the field, what type of guy they are in the locker room, and shit, Tyreek still got the juice, in my opinion, man. He could fly, flat out fly still. He been a top guy last 7 to 8 years. He could roll out the bed and get you 1,000 yards, 7, 8 touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? So he still got the juice. I don't think it's him that's blowing up the Dolphins. I mean, that's the quarterback situation, if you ask me. So, I mean, I think Tyreek deserves a strong ending to his career, man. He already got a chip, so it ain't like he's searching for a chip. He already got a chip, but, man, his career been so good, it deserves a good ending. You know what I'm saying? So,
you made the point yesterday, trade him back where he belongs.
I would love to see him go home. I would love to see him go home, back to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And Miami, just blow that thing up, man. Get y'all a bunch of draft picks, start this rebuild process while you got guys like Tyreek. I don't know if anybody gonna trade for Tua ass, but you know, while you got Waddle, like you got some guys you got Micah. Like, bro, start it over, bro. Start it over, get you a bunch of draft picks, start that thing over, man. I don't know if the Chiefs can afford him, but you give him the right amount of draft picks, the Dolphins will eat some of that salary cap.
But Aqib, how long before what they're doing off the field affects on the field? I mean, look at Rashee Rice, you have Justin Tucker. Like, it does bleed in. It can bleed in.
Yeah, but every team got their off the field stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Caleb go get his nails done every Wednesday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every team got their stuff.
I think getting his nails done in domestic violence cases a little different.
In that locker room, you'll be surprised when he come in that motherfucker with these nails done. How many guys like, God damn, this motherfucker got his nails done again? Like, you'll be surprised how that shit work in that locker room, though, Kinsey. Every team got they off the field, got guys with their off the field stuff. Shit, I had off the field stuff. I got in trouble for some type of shooting every offseason. It was some type of shooting situation every offseason. We won games. You know what I'm saying? We won games. It ain't bleeding to the locker room, man. It is what it is. Teams gonna have their off the field stuff, man. It's too many guys not to. So even the stuff that don't make the news, you know what I'm saying? It's guys who did this. It ain't make the news because maybe he wasn't a big star, but he's still on the team. It still happened. The team know about it. Maybe the national media didn't broadcast it, but the team still know about it. It was local news. Shit happens off the field. Man, what we do on this field is what matters in that locker room.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to off the field stuff, when you look at his situation, it's been rough. When it comes to the court stuff, I mean, you know, we can see what she claims, but they're in the middle of divorce. And when you're looking for money, you know, you're gonna put whatever it takes in there. So I don't go by what's said. I go by, you know, did you report it? Right? You said 8 times. Are there 8 police reports? Right? You know, if you didn't call the police, I can't say it happened. Right? You know, I got to go with just pure facts, and the facts are, did you call? Or this is what you're saying for sympathy in court, right? So
but you can't say it didn't.
You can't say it didn't. Right. But I'm just like, if I'm a juror, I can only go what the proof says. And the proof says you didn't call, so I don't know. You called the one time, so on the record there's 1. So when you're talking about just the battle of the court, you know, hearsay, you know, it's all hearsay. So, you know, I can't judge you off of what's being, you know, pushed in the court because it's a battle, right? It's chess moves, right? She has her chess moves, you have your chess moves, and it's going to get dirty, right? It's going to be, I need a restraining order. It's going to be, he's violent. You know, he don't pay for the kids. He don't see that. There's going to be whatever, right? She's a stalker. I need something against her. She broke this. She broke that. You know what I mean? That's just part of the battle when you got that kind of money. Yeah. So his name is going to be tossed through, you know, the mud. So it's up to Miami to sift through all of that and say, all right, we want to hold on to him or we don't. But, you know, as the organization itself, y'all are trash, right? So if you need to blow it up, it's better to blow it up now and just use all of what's going on for the last 2-3 years and just say we're going to rebuild.
Yeah, get some for him.
You played there.
I played there. I played Miami, and you know, when you're a great player, you can get away with a lot of shit. When you are a great player, you got a little more wiggle room. And with him, his production doesn't match the problems. And his production isn't 100% on him. He's being held back by the quarterback and the system at large right there. But when you have the problems and lack of production, it opens the window for critique.
You can't have both,
Yeah, you can't have both. You know, if you're causing problems off the field, you better be putting up some big numbers and stats because then we can accept that. The locker room is a special place, right? We're all some fucked up individuals. We are, right?
In our own way.
In our own way, right? And it takes a special group of some messed up individuals to come together and form that locker room, and that's a brotherhood, right? So
well said. That's true.
If you show up and you work hard every day and you're a great dude to your teammates and you're positive and you're playing hard, we got you. But when the noise on the outside starts to become big, then you're looking at more systemic problems in the locker room. That's when doubt creeps in. And I think that's where we're kind of at with Tyreek in Miami. The team stinks. They're going to stink for a while. Now the focus is on Tyreek off the field and not on the field. And I think he can still play? Would I love to see him go back to Kansas City because they don't have any receivers? Absolutely. But Tyreek in Miami, he's cooked. It's over.
Yeah.
By the way, to your point, those Dallas Cowboy teams I covered in the 90s, hey, you guys can't hold candles to what they were doing. Seriously. Seriously.
Right.
And the Cowboy teams I covered in the 80s were even worse. And you don't know about them because it didn't get publicized. Okay, so I'm validating your points.
Sure.
Okay, so I look at Tyreek. He's 31. He is the second greatest deep threat I've ever seen to Randy Moss. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Because Randy was 6'4" and ran 4.2. Tyreek's about 5'10" and probably can still run 4.2. Cheetah. I think he probably still at 31 can run pretty close to that. Fair?
Fair. Deshaun, I might throw my dog Deshaun Jackson.
Okay, yeah,
Close.
I know, as a deep threat. That's a
deep threat.
That's a good one. Another little guy for the most part,
Could
right?
fly.
Could just flat fly. But Tyreek is even more explosive as a runner to me, like run after catch than Deshaun was. And Randy's just like in another league, just like that's just somewhere else.
Top guy.
Okay.
Calvin too.
So when I look back at Tyreek's life and times, he's always had incidents of various kinds. Some domestic abuse and violence, and some just stuff that he just gets involved in stuff. He's just one of those guys, he gets involved. And yeah, I look back, he came from small town Georgia, 200 miles south of Atlanta, Douglas, Georgia. And his senior year in high school, he wasn't known for football, he was known for track. And Track and Field News voted Tyreek as a senior in high school the athlete of the year in America in track and field, running the 100 and 200. Okay, so that's what you're dealing with, but he was kind of a late bloomer and comer to football. So he didn't make the grades, couldn't get into big school. And I don't think he was good at football yet, and he has to go to Garden City Community College in Kansas. This is nowhere, Kansas. All right, no offense to Garden City, but it's nowhere. I've been there before.
They're nice JUCO. Yeah. They put out players.
What's that?
I said they're pretty good JUCO.
I know, they're like a pipeline, right? Okay. And then he winds up at Oklahoma State for about 3/4 of a year because he has his first domestic violence problem, and they just dismissed him. But he was, bless you.
Thank you.
He was, trust me, because I root for Oklahoma, and against Oklahoma State, he just murdered us. Punt returns, because he was by far the fastest man on every field he ever set foot on. So then he has to go to West Alabama for a couple of more years, and he tries to play running back and receiver, and because of the domestic violence, he was supposed to go undrafted. But guess who in the 5th round says, no, we're going to take a shot? Clark Hunt and the Kansas City Chiefs. Clark Hunt, Mr. Good Guy, knew his father very well. He is a good guy, but Kansas City will take chances on some of these guys, in part because of Andy, and we can rehabilitate them, we can work with them. Our locker room's strong, and they take a chance on Tyreek. And did that not pay off? Is that not as good a 5th round pick as you're ever going to make? Right? Maybe not Tom Brady in the 6th, but as far as wideouts go, that will work. And then to the Dolphins, he obviously had a great run with Miami, but under Mike McDaniel in 2023, and it wasn't, as you keep saying, that's not that long ago, they just tore up the league. It was Mike McDaniel's 2nd year with Tua, and he taught Tua, just get rid of it. Just throw it on time, throw it up for grabs, because Tyreek will just run under it like it's a punt. He'll just track it down. And the numbers they put up were just extraordinary.
Great.
Seriously. He led the league in receiving yards and
1,700.
Yeah, it was sweet, man. I'm looking at all these numbers, and they're just like, whoa.
Leading passing too, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. And they go 11-6 that year, and they wind up in a playoff game back in the cold in Kansas City, and Tua can't play in the cold. He's a Hawaii kid. And they just get smoked, and it was like a joke game. But my point is, then I look at wide receivers who can last. Well, I covered a Raider team one year in 2002 that went to the Super Bowl with 40-year-old Jerry Rice and 36-year-old Tim Brown. Do you remember that team?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they were pretty good because they were playing with their heads, not their speed, right? They were out-thinking people with Rich Gannon as the MVP of the league, dinking and dunking to those two guys. Well, Tyreek's, I'm with you. I think he's got a lot of juice left, and so he belongs somewhere. But, I think Tua drives him crazy because I'm not a Tua guy, and we'll get to Tua now in a second. But I feel sorry for Tyreek every time I watch a Dolphin game because he can be better than that if he could go home to Mahomes or go anywhere with somebody who had some arm, because Tua just doesn't have much of an arm.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's going to have to go home to Mahomes because he can't go home to his own house. You got that.
Bingo.
Yeah. Goddamn, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying. $5.5 million go to her.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's at the hotel.
Cheaper to keep her, baby.
So you guys all are agreeing, though, that Tyreek's not the problem for Miami. You agree that it's Tua, right? So I want to look at Tua. Obviously, 2023, though, they put up great numbers.
They did.
But then he gets hurt last year, concussion, and then this year comes out, 33-8. It was horrific to watch. So he get 3 turnovers. Should Miami let go of Tua? I know the fans are going crazy. They're done with Tua. What do you guys think?
Man, is that bad? Like, how are you so great in 2023? After the first concussion, got your ass knocked out. But, you led the league in passing yards, right? Tyreek damn near broke a record receiving yards,
He
right?
did.
Y'all number 2 in offense. So you two are connected.
Right.
How does it end up to this? Where y'all have no connection no more. That's weird. I know, offensively, they probably, the last scouting report from, Sunday's game, they said that if you take away his first pass, it becomes a check down quarterback.
Or panic.
Or he panics very well. So if that's one of the problems, then yeah, but how you have this great connection, like second offense, you guys are making history to then you guys can't even stand each other to the point where...
Yeah.
It's because Tyreek is the first read. They take that away and now he panic. You feel me? It's simple. That's what Bill would do. That's what Wade Phillips would do. Okay, he want to look at Tyreek first. We're going to double the shit out of Tyreek. We're going to make him look somewhere else. And after you take that beating like he took, your clock is sped up now. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to hold that ball and really go through his reads. It becomes a shocker. Rondé Barber used to call them shockers. He becomes a shocker. You look here, it ain't there, and then it's just panic mode. It just look real rookie-ish. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it could get better. I don't think it could get better, man. It's bad luck that he went through what he went through, but it changes you as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Your clock used to be at about 3.2 seconds. Now it's at about 2.2 seconds. So you know what I'm saying? That clock is sped up, and Xavier Howard told you, man, it was pretty easy. We take away his first read, and now he's in panic mode. So it was a pretty easy game for us. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they got to bite the bullet on this one because you could trade Waddle, you could trade Micah, you could trade Tyreek and get stuff, but you can't trade. Who gonna take Tua? With his injury history, nobody's gonna take him. You paid him, so you're gonna have to bite the bullet on this one and just take whatever cap hit you take. Maybe release him, clear whatever you can clear up in the future. Hey, man, it's time to rebuild in Miami.
Yeah. I think the most frustrating part for Miami Dolphins fans are they saw it in 2023. Tua, we know you have it in you, and Tua hasn't even been able to live up to half that. So when Tua proves he could do it in 2023 with the same offensive coordinator, this genius McDaniel, and he doesn't do it now, it stings even more because Tua is ass. He looks bad. He is ass. He looks bad. Unlucky with concussions, things like that, but there is no rhythm and timing. There's no deep shots to Tyreek. Waddle can't get the ball. They can't get the run game going. They're running all these crazy offensive plays, and nothing seems to work. So that's why I think makes the Tua situation really, really bad is we know he has it in him. We know he can perform at an elite level in this offense, but what we've seen the last 2 years has been ass. And I think there's more problems in Miami besides Tyreek and Tua. I think we're talking to some systemic issues, but just as far as Tua, we've seen everything we need to see. He's an elite talent, but that was one season. That was an aberration. We've seen what Tua is over the last 2 seasons.
So you wouldn't let him play out the season, see what he could do again? You wouldn't?
I mean, they don't really have a shot. They don't really have a shot. I don't know who their backup is, but it's probably not going to be better than Tua. You know, you look at 2023, and that's what everybody's chasing.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, no.
I'm the backup.
No.
Yeah.
Or Quinn Ewers, the rookie they drafted.
That Quinn spin, you might have something in.
Yeah.
Never know.
Well, that's
They're
the
going
thing.
to tank the season anyway.
He's been another guy who
they're chasing 2023, and it's not 2023.
But it's been one game. It's one game.
It is one game, but this is where I'll get into.
2024 was.
I know.
Yeah, but this is what I'll get into. I think Miami has more systemic issues stemming from the head man, McDaniels. I think that he's an interesting guy. I think he's a smart guy. I think he's a sharp guy. But leader of men, I don't see it. I don't see it. And this was really, really kind of interesting tidbit. I have a friend who plays defensive line for them, and they went on the road this preseason, and they did 2 joint practices on the road, and then they came back to Miami to do a joint practice. And what that tells me is they're searching for something.
Right.
They're searching for some edge. They're searching for some physicality, and it's not coming from the head coach. You know, what he says rings hollow with the boys, so he's like, all right, I recognize that. I'm going to take the boys on the road. And everything I read from the beat writers all summer long from these practices, they're getting their ass kicked. They have no identity.
Right.
They're not physical.
Yeah.
This offense isn't working. So I think, I really think that is getting close to the time in Miami where they push the delete button.
Yeah, it's time to blow it up, man.
Time to blow it up.
I think McDaniels is a great offensive coordinator, but I don't think he's a leader of men, like you said. So as a head coach, you got to be a leader of men. You got to be able to stand in front of that meeting room with guys like Richie, guys like myself, and not have us say, this motherfucker, bro. Like, hey, this soft motherfucker, man. Like, hey, it's going to bleed. If you soft as a head coach, it's going to bleed through the team, bro. We see right through that shit. So you got to be a leader of men to stand in front of that room. I don't think McDaniels got that. He can be a great OC, man. Get him with Dak in Dallas. He'd go crazy.
To your point, every time I see Mike McDaniel on television, I think, how did he become a head coach in the National Football League?
He was so good as a coordinator.
Seriously.
He was so good as a fucking coordinator. Usually, them the guys who get their opportunity. So that's what
I'm going to second all your emotions about Tua, but I first guessed it. I said before his draft, no, he's 6 feet tall at the most, and he's got half an arm. It won't work. He's got half an arm. Seriously.
You got half a brain, too.
Yeah, and half,
you got Kyle Murray's legs.
Oh.
He doesn't have any legs. Okay, so there was a report on, I think it was ESPN reported, that when he was at Alabama, he had 4 different surgeries. So he's fragile to start with, and he had a big concussion issue at Alabama to start with. So you're just taking that into the league, and the Dolphins are going to make you the 5th pick in the draft. Look, at some point, you can't throw it to your first read every time, as Xavier Howard said. You know, after a while, the league will take that away from you, and you're going to have to stand in there and take a hit to complete a pass. Joe Burrow, who went first into his draft, took a hit from Myles Garrett. I don't know if you guys saw this the other day, but he just took a hit straight up the gut from Myles Garrett, just got blasted and knocked 17 feet backward. And Joe Burrow will get up and complete the next ball on you because he's got guts. And Tua is so fragile. He's such an egg man. He's just like eggshell. That, well, seriously, that he's this. You know, it's just like, oh, I gotta throw it. I gotta throw it fast.
Right.
And if the first one's covered, it's like, oh my God, What am I going to do now? Nothing. You're going to duck and cover, right? And that's why his QBR was 2.7 on scale of 0 to 100.
Oh, my God.
2.7 at Indy. It's
in the
horrendously bad. It's just so bad that the locker room, Richie's in the locker room saying, damn, we can't overcome this. So do I really want to get up and bust my ass tomorrow for Tua? You're stuck. And yet, as Gil points out, I look at the overall numbers for his whole career, and he's 101 touchdowns to 46 interceptions, and you say, that sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll work. No, it won't.
The turnover.
McDaniel did some magic tricks with him for a while until the league caught back up, and they're going nowhere with Tua. They're just going, and he's a nice kid and all that. He's a good guy and all, but that doesn't matter in the end. It just doesn't matter.
Not in the NFL.
No, it just doesn't matter. And they got to start over, man. They got to, because I don't know if Quinn Ewers is the answer. I don't know, but he did beat out Arch for a year. Like he kept Arch on the bench. I don't know. Yeah.
Nothing to lose right now.
No, they need to start over at quarterback first.
I feel like they get 1 or 2 more games. If it don't get 10 times better than that 2.7 QBR, then I feel like they're just gonna go with the young guys and
my God,
try to deal him somewhere. They're dealing for a 7th round pick at this point. Just give us some picks.
I don't even know who'd give you a 7th.
Somebody might want him for a backup because he can get in there and spin a little bit. We know his clock is extremely sped up. Exactly. So that's why you give up a 7 for him. Like, all right, we'll take Tua as a backup. We know if some shit happens, we could bring Tua in. He can get us through the game. He professional.
Okay. Yeah.
He showed that he can get us through a game. That's what you want from your backup. You know what I'm saying? So they might can get a 7, but it ain't even 8 rounds in the league, but they might get an 8. Nah, man. Hey, try to get something, whatever you can get from him. Restructure that contract, man. Cut that shit out and, pay him like a backup.
I think one of the maddening thing about these mad geniuses in the NFL like McDaniel is when it's not working, it looks like shit. When it's working, right? Yeah. But when it's not working, it looks like shit. And that's what they're doing. They're running a bunch of different plays, just trying to find something, I
don't think it's McDaniel's why this shit not working, though. Like,
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I agree that it's definitely on Tua, but when I look at them, they have no identity. I mean, they can't run the ball.
They're soft.
They're soft. They're not physical. They're soft. And when you look at the head coach, what do you think?
Exactly. Soft. Shit.
So I think, it's when it's on, it looks great, 2023 for the Dolphins. But when it's off, it looks out of whack and it's bad.
Yeah, honestly, poor Miami, but also poor Giants fans right now. You have your ex-boyfriend, your ex-quarterback Daniel Jones balls out for the Colts, and then you have Russell Wilson tanks it 21-6, 45% completion percentage.
Lord him.
But he didn't turn over the ball. I mean, a little. So Skip.
Yeah.
How happy are you that Russell Wilson will be starting against the Cowboys?
Man, we've been killing quarterbacks all day long here on this show, and I'm about to kill another one. I am so relieved you have no idea, because I'll take Russell Wilson any Sunday or Monday or Thursday right now over the X factor that is Jackson Dart, because I watched Jackson Dart several times in the preseason. He is electric. He's a little crazy, but crazy maybe great, where he threw 3 touchdowns in the preseason and no interceptions. He didn't lose a fumble. He can run a little bit, and he's not afraid. He played for Lane Kiffin, and he's got a little juice to him, a little moxie and a little swag, and he just scares me. Like, he would be the guy who could come to Dallas and shake it up and shake up the team and do a little bit of J.J. McCarthy on Dallas. And Russell Wilson, I look at, here's all you need to know about Russell Wilson. For his first 9 years in this league as a 3rd-round draft pick out of Wisconsin, first 9 years he goes 98, 45, and 1. He's got the Legion of Boom over there backing him up. But 98, 45, and 1 is pretty great.
Yep.
And he's making a bunch of Pro Bowls. And then he hits his last year in Seattle, and then he goes to Denver, obviously Pittsburgh, and now New York. And over these last 5 years as he's become kind of a journeyman quarterback in this league. He's 23-33, so he's 10 games under 500 over the last 5 years. And I watched the game at Washington the other day, and he just looks like shell of self to me. And he's made a ton of money. He's made the 4th most money in the history of football. And in Denver, he made $57 million the first year in Denver. And now the Giants are paying him $10 million. And as my mom used to say to me, you get what you pay for. And they're getting what they pay for. He's a $10 million quarterback now as opposed to a $50 million. And he ran around, he ran 8 times for 44 yards, but the throwing looked pretty ugly to me. And he's got a celebrity wife and a family he loves, and it's like the focus has shifted where he's not as obsessed with winning football games as I think he was for a long time when they were great in Seattle. So I am relieved it's not Jackson Dart. And for the record and for what it's worth, once upon a time, Dak Prescott actually won a playoff game against Russell Wilson in Dallas. So he did that. It was back at the end of the 2018 year. So I'll take that to my bank. So I'm happy, and I don't want to jinx this, or I'd worry about lighting Russell Wilson's fire, but I don't think he has any fire to light. I don't think there's any left in there.
But why do you think the Giants are holding on to him? Why don't they just start Jackson Dart?
I don't know, because the coach is holding on to his job for dear life.
That boy not ready, Kinsey. Yes. They see it on a day-to-day basis. If he was ready to go like Skip said he was, if he had that fucking JJ in him.
Russell Wilson isn't ready to go either, clearly.
What? Man, we talking about Russell Wilson. We talking about a guy who was 6-1 for Pittsburgh last year. He came in, he went 6-1 until his number 1 receiver got hurt to Deshaun Elliott. The team just got dismantled with injuries. Late in the season, they lost 4 straight, but he was 6-1 when he came in. When he had Pickens to go through downfield, it was 6-1. Pickens started having hamstring issues. That shit came down a little bit. He was in Denver. He threw 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's not a bad year.
Yeah.
I'm not the problem if I got 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and that was just not a very good Broncos football team, period. It wasn't Russell. The defense wasn't shit. It just wasn't a good football team, period, overall. So, I mean, if I was Eberflus, I would much rather see Jackson Dart than Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? That's just me going against a rookie, going against a guy who haven't seen a real game plan.
Yeah.
He's seen preseason game plans where we play 1 hole, we give you 1 blitz, and we play cover 2. You get 3 coverages in a preseason, and we just drop our nuts and play football. Like, it's all about being physical and dropping your nuts and playing football in the preseason. So if I was Eberflus, I would much rather see the rookie than see Russell because, I mean, it's 23-33, right, Skip? But it's really not that bad. He looked bad last week. I mean, that was a playoff. That was a Washington. People predicting them to be one of the top teams in the NFC. That's a good football team, offense and defense. So I don't just bash Russell. I take Russell over a lot of guys right now in the NFL.
I might be 0-2.
You predicting?
No, I'm just saying y'all might, because I mean he's talking like they got Parsons back there that's going to rush him. So the fact that he just gets to sit in his pocket and try to figure out what defense you're in, it benefits him. I mean, we're talking about a guy who was a Pro Bowler last year, right? And it's the Giants. Right, I'm pretty sure as organizations, the Giants ain't been shit for their quarterback in the last 4 or 5 years, right?
I mean, Daniel Jones snuck in the playoffs,
but he had a moment.
That was a 7-loss season. Bad NFC year, slide into the playoffs.
Yeah, but Daniel Jones won a playoff game against Kirk Cousins at Minnesota. Go ahead.
He did.
But how bad was Daniel Jones being critiqued over there? Now he looks like a number 1 pick. First, as soon as he get out of here, he looks like number 1 pick now.
Yeah.
And they replaced it with Wilson. Then he looks like Daniel fucking Jones. Right? So obviously it's the kitchen I'm in. That's all it is. It's the Giants kitchen. No matter what you put in there, it's gonna cook the same recipe. You can't tell me that the quarterback you had before that was looking like shit, he leaves. He looks great. Then you bring in a Pro Bowler, put him in that same kitchen, and he looks like the last quarterback. He looks like the rookie. Look like we need to get rid of you. So this is organizational for me, right? The fact that I've watched this product that you've had for the last few years who didn't look good, then he goes into a new situation, he looks like a new fucking man. Then we take this guy, put him here, he looks horrible. So it's your system that doesn't fit the quarterbacks you have. So, but he is playing Dallas, and there's no Parsons.
Yeah, we need a prediction. We love your predictions. Who do you have?
Who's favorite?
Who you got, Gil?
Who's favorite?
Dallas by 5.5.
Ooh, that's it?
That's it? That's a lot.
Huge.
After what they seen what they seen from Russell last week?
But you're a Cowboys hater.
Yeah, no, I don't want. I'm
Got the Giants?
I'll stick about it. I'm gonna make my predictions.
Think about that record.
No, I'm going Thursday. I keep my prediction on what I'm gonna.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Show.
So, yeah, I agree with Skip. Russell is a shell of his former self, right? We used to see Russ go out there and cook and hit you with the deep ball and scramble around and be able to go through his progression. Like, to me, Russ is cooked. Like, to me, I watched him. I watched him in Denver, and I watched him kind of with a loaded team around him. They were trying to do some things, but I watched him not look very comfortable. I watched him not throw with rhythm and timing. Pittsburgh, he looked straight last year. He looked straight. They had a good team around him. He had some receivers. But Tomlin saw something in him. Tomlin, they had a great record going. They're rolling through the season, and Tomlin says, hey, let's give this Fields kid a chance. Because I think Russell is just so limited in what he can actually do now. And my frustrating thing with him is watching him in the pocket. When that first read isn't there, you can see him panic. I see his shoulders shrink down, kind of looking around. He's still got a little mobility to move around, but he's not moving around and making plays downfield. And I think it's Jackson Dart time. But what the difficult part about playing Jackson Dart this early is, you can roll with Russ and suck for 2 or 3 weeks, right? If you put Jackson Dart in there right now and he sucks, there's no going back on that because you'll ruin the kid's confidence. So that's kind of the fine line that they're playing right now. Like, do we let Russ cook? Russ, he ain't cooking with gas. He's just trying to get a little spark going. I mean, it looks bad. But that's the question that Daboll and their general manager, Joe Shane, need to ask themselves. You know, when is it Jackson Dart time?
To rebuild.
Well, because every week that this goes on and they look like that, those seats get hotter and hotter and hotter. And they were looking like geniuses before the season. Last season, they traded away Saquon Barkley. They're smarter than everybody, right? The owner says, I would be crushed if you traded away our favorite and most popular player. What do? We're smarter than everybody else. We're going to give Saquon to the Eagles. How'd that turn out, right?
Gosh.
So now you have the brain trust of the Giants sitting there with Russ is cooked, no longer cooking. And now we got this young kid who he's got moxie, he's got presence, he's got that, fuck it, I'm just going to let this thing rip.
That's what he's got.
He's got it, right? And you got the ponies on the outside. You got Neighbors. You got Wan'Dale Robinson. You know, you got the people, the players around him for him to be successful. It's just, when's the appropriate time to put him in? Because once you put him in, you're putting all your chips in the center of the table. And Brian Daboll and Joe Shane are putting their jobs on the line with Jackson Dart.
But remember what they did. They traded up from 34 up to 25 at the bottom of the first round to take Jackson Dart. And they had to give a 2 and 2 3s, quite a bit to trade up, because they identified, we want that kid. And they pushed all their chips into the middle, because I thought they were going to take Shador.
They should have.
I got it. But Jackson Dart, who I watched a lot at Ole Miss, he's got a little, the best way to say it for me is a little shit to his game, where he just thinks who he is. Like, he thinks he's better than you are. And we'll see if he can do it at this level, but he's got athletic ability and he's got a nice arm, and mostly he's got big guts and faith in himself. And I'm speaking as a Cowboy fan. Yeah, he would scare me to be 0-2. He'd be the X factor who could come in and just light it up out of nowhere and be the talk of the league going into next week. That's what scares me. With Russ, my new head coach, once upon a time, Brian Schottenheimer, called plays for Russ in Seattle. Okay, so I'm going to trust that Shotty, who can be with an I in the middle of it occasionally, but that Shotty can like, there you go. That Shotty will know Russ better than anybody. Like he can be the defensive coordinator this week too. That they will come up. He'll know how to defend Russ. And I'm going to say it again. You poo-poo it, but my defense held the Philadelphia Eagles at their place to 3 points in the second half on a 58-yard field goal. Okay?
And your offense held you to 0 too. So.
Okay, they did. Bingo, touche. You got me. But we keep raving about what JJ did in the second half, the second half. Well, my defense did it. We went JJ in the second half, right?
But why are we so high on Jackson Dart, though, when
I'm not.
This guy,
okay,
he didn't even go to the playoffs last year, Skip, in college.
I got it. But
what has he done?
The SEC is rough.
For us to push all the chips in and draft him. Like, what the fuck has he done for us to, what are you seeing?
Right.
I don't see it.
There's always a bounce back game. So I think Wilson. I mean, he's a professional. So
Russ got a resume.
He's gonna bounce. I think he's gonna bounce back.
I got a resume here, bro. Like,
I think he's gonna bounce back.
So you're picking
what is
the Giants?
Resume?
No, I'm picking Rams.
Right.
But I got to go with my winning percentage. So I know I got the Rams.
Put your pride to the
side. Like I want to go against the Skip, but I want the win.
I got to put that pride to the side. I just don't see why everybody all in on Jackson Dart. I don't really see it, man. If you're that good, should have been in the playoffs. It's like you an SEC team. I feel like you put Shador on the SEC team, they're going to be in the fucking playoffs. Like you put him on the bottom of the barrel Big 12 team, and he damn near was in the playoffs, one game away. You put him on the SEC team with the SEC line, Shador going to the playoffs. Like
I buy that.
It just sounds like a great name. Why is Jackson Dart?
Why is Jackson Dart? Why are you not in the playoffs?
Yeah, it just sounds good. Just put him out there.
You know how to put that uniform on.
But he got to sell some jerseys.
The mock neck and the quarter sleeves and shit. He looked good in his uniform. Yeah. But motherfucker, you ain't even in the playoffs, my boy. Like,
okay, but there's this Georgia, and there's Alabama, and there's Tennessee, and there's South Carolina, and there's Florida, and I can just go on and on. It's just hard, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Alabama.
I think Jackson Dart, he's got a little, I don't know what the kids say, sauce, some drip. My man's got the two.
That's just how you put that shit on.
Yeah, right.
He can do that.
My man's got the 2 diamond chain.
He can do that.
Like, he's bringing confidence. I think that the team, a young team, Malik Neighbors, can resonate better with Jackson Dart than Russell Wilson. Because the thing with Russ in Denver was, he was detached. You know, he thought he was a coach or executive. Or
he had his own office.
He had his own office, right? So the boys in the locker room, you're not getting with that shit, right?
He's tripped out.
he's got his own parking spot. He's got his own office, right? Yep. So I think that's the most dangerous part about Jackson Dart, right? The boys can get around him, right? I don't think they're feeling Russ. He's a celebrity. He's more celebrity than he is quarterback.
Agreed.
So fuck it, Dayball, put him in there. Let's go. I know your job's on the line, but it's either we watch Russ just be mid for a couple games, and then you put Jackson in when you're out of the playoffs. But I want to see him. I want to see him ride.
As a DB, Russ, Jackson Dart. Oh shit, give me Jackson Dart. I want to look at that shit all day long.
Do you pick what team he starts on? Like, I mean, the defense. Like, you don't want to play someone this young against a great ass defense. Right, so do you pick and choose?
Suck, so wouldn't you throw him in now?
Oh yeah, no, I'll start him against you guys because I know I ain't got to worry about no blitzing.
Right.
I think no pass rush.
I got no pass rush. I get to sit there and shimmy all goddamn day. So
this is the game. Put Jackson Dart in.
I'll start him for this game, knowing that you're not really going to rush me, as much. But
Cowboys will tear Jackson Dart ass up.
Yeah, no, I'm just
and
thinking about that. They might decide.
That's why he like, now you're not ready to play against Eberflus. You're not ready to play against Eberflus. You're not ready to play against these corners. These corners get the fucking ball. Mm-hmm. You're not ready to play against Bland and Diggs. I don't give a damn what their pass rush look like. You're just not ready to play against this caliber guy.
The Giants Sunday?
He wants somebody to pick the Giants.
Yeah.
I dare you.
I'm picking the Cowboys every week, Skip. I'm with you, Skip.
Yeah.
I don't think you are. Skip, you know what I'm saying?
Just New Yorkers want the Giants.
They don't even want them. They're sick of them. I mean,
I'm just picking Russell over, you know what I'm saying, make it a better game, the Cowboys going to win the game. Russell will make it a more competitive game. Yeah. We'll blow their ass out the water if Jackson Dart came in there. You know what I'm saying? Russell, we might 21-14 they had.
Right. I think the front office and the coaching staff for the Giants are praying that Russell Wilson works out for a few more weeks because it's not Jackson Dart.
You're probably right. Yeah.
But each week, Russ goes out there and looks like that pressure, that heat gets turned up to put Jackson out there. And if Jackson goes out there and struggles or is up and down or they got to go back to Russ or anything like that, it's a wrap. Just like Miami. Press delete, Control, Alt, delete the entire front office from Mara, from just underneath him, down. Everyone's gone.
But when you say if it doesn't work, what does that look like? Like if I'm going to put him in, what happens doesn't even matter because I need him to get the reps, right? So if I need him to get the reps, I'm not judging.
That's why they don't want to put him in too soon. They want either Russ to just be 4-4, 4-5, and it's like, all right, we ain't doing shit. Let's just go on and let him get the reps. Yeah. If we put him in now, this ain't about the reps. Everybody in the city of New York, we can win right now. We got this D-line. We got every city.
And
it don't matter.
do have a
Jacksonville. It's like we can. Everybody in the NFL thinks they can win for that first 8 games. Once it's like, shit, we 3-5, we can't win. Then you start getting ready for next year. They still in win now mode. We can win right now, so that's why they got to let Russ in.
That's just
how the league goes.
They don't do it in football. I know in basketball we do that, right? Where remember Houston? Yeah. Houston Rockets. They had John Wall. John Wall averaged 20-8 the year before.
Yeah.
And they said, you know what? Just stay home. We're gonna pay you. Stay home. We don't want you to win games for us, and we want to develop these guys. So we don't care about this season. We don't care how many win. We need these guys to play 82 games and just let them blow it out. Now look at it. The same team. Look at those kids now, right? Because they went through a whole season knowing that I'm not going to get pulled out. Right. I don't got to worry about nobody coming down because we're all learning together. So in football,
start that shit about like week 8. If we competitive week 8, then shit, we keep going. If we ain't competitive by week 8, then all right, we start getting guys reps.
Okay, but Aqib, they think they have 3 Micahs in their pass rush. They do, and they're serious, man. They didn't score a touchdown at Washington. They didn't score a touchdown. They scored 2 field goals, and they're just saying, the locker room saying, "Come on, man." Those pass rushers are saying, "Come on, man."
Yeah. It's frustrating.
It's frustrating, very. So I mean, you give Russ a couple more shots at it. If Jackson Dart looked that damn good, then they would put him in there. Right. They see him on a day-to-day basis. He probably looked trash in practice. Where they're like, bro, we gonna be better with Russ. That shit look bad, but we can only imagine what that shit would look like with him. Like they see it on a day-to-day basis. We see a couple clips on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? They see it daily, so they know something.
True.
Yeah, I think the Giants going into this perfect world, Russ is going to start half the season. We're going to be in the mix, in the playoff hunt, and then we can let Jackson go. This is worst possible scenario. You trade up to get your guy, you got your guy, you're going to baby him, kind of bring him along, let him get some practices in, let him see some game plans, let him see some different defenses. But looking that bad week 1, it just puts pressure on everybody, right? We got this. We have neighbors on the outside. We have all these great pass rushers. Now is the time. And for them to evaluate it, they don't have much roped up there in New York. Dayball and Shane, they made some bonehead moves the last couple of years, and the team hasn't looked great, and there's not a lot to hold on to be like, listen, this team is ascending, this team is going in the right direction. So to evaluate Jackson Dart, you got to get glimpses of it here and there, right? You got to, once he's on the field getting reps, because if they're, let's say they're 4-6, the midway point, they put Jackson Dart in, that's to develop Jackson Dart. You put Jackson Dart in, it's to win now. Right. And if they're developing Jackson Dart, they're thinking that they have 2 or 3 more years. Yeah. They may have, they're thinking, we made the playoffs 2 years ago, we made the playoffs last year. We have 2 to 3 years to develop Jackson Dart. I think that timeline is really running thin in New York, especially after they come out week 1 and you get blown out by your division rivals.
Gil, Cowboys 0-2.
Thursday.
He's waiting.
They could be. I gotta wait.
Everybody could be.
Then I gotta wait. I gotta see if that line shift a little bit.
Wait a second. They should be 1-0. That's what they should be. Not could be. They should be 1-0.
If they
Am I right?
Parsons.
No.
They would have stopped Jalen Hurts and they won. No.
Let's move on to the Bengals, okay? The Bengals, I feel like every time I watch a Bengals game, like, I'm sick to my stomach. Like, it's so close. They're fighting for their life. They crawled to it, but they had their first Week 1 win since 2021. So got to give them that. So off to a better start, but it was ugly. And the Browns kicker, I mean, that was tough. He missed 2 second-half kicks. Then we have 2 interceptions for the Bengals. I mean, that was great. Good for them. But Joe Burrow was held to 113 yards. You boys are convinced the Bengals will be in the Super Bowl. Aqib, how are you feeling right now after that game? Because it was rough, but they did get the win.
It was rough, but I feel good about it because everything you just said, Kinsey, like last year, the Bengals would have lost this game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They lost all those close game. They lost them. This year, they found a way to win them, even if it was a kicker missing the kick. Hey, the football guys was on their side. They winning games like that. So I feel good about it. The offense will be tremendously better in the future. Cleveland always play them boys tough. You know what I'm saying?
Miles Garrett had him.
He had a great game.
Yeah.
You ask Jamar, who play you the best? He always tell you, Denzel Ward, man, he looked forward to playing me. They always play them boys good.
Yeah.
But the defense, I mean, it was the Browns, Gil, you know what I'm saying? But they stopped the shit out the run. They came up with 2 turnovers. I wasn't really a test. It was the Browns.
They did not get a tackle.
I mean, they had, Browns had like 50-some yards rushing. So they stopped the run. They came up with 2 turnovers.
They averaged 25.
But I mean, hey, they gave them 50 yards rushing. They came up with 2 turnovers, tip ball or not. You still got to catch the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
but they weren't tip balls. They were like drop balls.
I mean, drop ball, tip ball. Hey, we still got to catch them. I prayed for drop, tip, interception. That shit ain't coming to me, Skip. I had to work out for my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I feel good about it.
Okay.
You come out the game with a dub. Last year, this would have been the L for the Bengals.
That's a fact.
So if you could squeeze out these kind of games, when they get to rolling, hey, man, we looking good, baby. I still like them.
Man, y'all squirrels out that game because they had a Craigslist kicker. Right? They for sure got him off the Craig. I mean, the kicker last year was in last place.
He was.
So, like, at this point, what was the requirements? Do you got a foot? Like, I mean, just at this point, it's like, come on, you're winning a game because a kicker couldn't kick. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it was horrible.
But they lost games.
50 yards rushing. Joe Burrow was held to, the great Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
The great was held by one man. Miles. He looked like he controlled everything and he shut down everything.
He did.
Right, you couldn't run and you couldn't pass. And then from there, the kicker should be with y'all now at that point. Because, it just didn't look like if this is supposed to be an MVP and this team is supposed to be going to the chip, the team you played against was we're giving you this win so you can look good. It just seems like the NFL seeing, 1-11 in the last few years. You went to OTEs, y'all meshing at a team. We're going to give you the Browns. Go out there, score 100 against them. And it didn't look good. We sitting there like, this ain't it.
They're always slow to start.
They always start slow. Kenzie, you know. We rock with Burrow.
I know.
We rock with Burrow. We know what Burrow do, man.
I believe in Burrow. But on the PFF, the Bengals were rated the second best defense from last week, which is crazy.
Played great.
The Bengals was rated?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No, it was.
All they can do is play against who's on the schedule.
If they could be an inch better than last year, that defense, maybe they'll be in the chip.
I'm telling you.
An inch. They need an inch.
And they lost games for their own kicker last year. Due to their own kicker, they lost games. So it's only right the other team, y'all smoke a kick, give us a win this year. It's only right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Slight level of concern with the Bengals.
But it's every year.
Level of concern with the Bengals. This is why I'm slightly concerned. Zach Taylor wanted them to start the season fast. They've been sucking it up to start the year. So
they played in the preseason. They played the starters.
They played the starters in the preseason, right? And everyone takeaway from the preseason was, Cincinnati's putting up points. They look good. I watched them on offense. It looked labored. It looked hard. There was, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Yeah, Joey B got him in there, but the amount that they played, they were searching for something. I think Zach and Joey B were searching for something. Going into this season, that's the last thing we're worried about with the Bengals. It's the offense because they lit it up last year, right? They get the dub week 1. Defense plays better. I think if the defense can be incrementally better from last year and the offense can sustain success that they had last year, they're going to be just fine. But if that offense takes a step back and that defense begins to falter, I think that they're in a very precarious situation because what they thought was going to be their strength, the offense, still not firing on all cylinders. And what they thought their weakness was going to be the defense, let's see where that defense is at back half the season. So, slight cause for concern.
Fair enough. First, allow me to say, if Shedeur Sanders had started and finished that game on Sunday at home against the Bengals, the Browns would have won that game. That's what I believe. That's how much I believe in Shedeur.
Wow.
And I know he's a rookie, and you would have been licking chops and let me have him.
But do you think that Joe Flacco played bad?
No, he played good.
It's just Joe Flacco, or as I call him, Joe Fluco, because too many times in the regular season he's more Fluco than Flacco. It's just the locker room. It's just, I could just tell in the preseason when Shedeur got thrown into the fire in the first preseason game, you could see Njoku and you could see Judy, and they're over on the sideline, and they're talking him up, and they're excited because Shedeur can play. And that moment would not have been too big for Shedeur. But that's just me. Now back to the team that you and I picked to win the AFC. Joe Burrow, the great Joe Burrow, threw for 113 yards, and I thought it was great because they won the freaking game. That's all I know is they won the freaking game. Cleveland had 22 first downs to only 11 for the Bengals. 11 first downs, and I felt great about it. Total yards for the game were 327 for Fluco's offense to only 141 total yards for the Cincinnati Bengals that I picked and you picked to win the AFC, and I felt great because it's hard to win football games in this league, as you guys well know, and they won the football game
on the road
against a defense that is way underrated because Myles Garrett is a flat-out monster. And that Schlesinger kid that they drafted from UCLA, what's his name? Carson Schlesinger. He's all over the. I had 7 games on at once, but every time I looked up, he was in the middle of a play because he just has a nose for the football. And you mentioned the DBs, Delpit, and Denzel, and Newsome, and they're good, man. They got quality, like quality football players on defense, and they're well coached, and they brought it, and they maxed out. They cannot play better. They just needed the kicker to make a kick or one more play. They needed a receiver to hang on to a pass that hit him in the hands instead of having it wind up in the other hands. And yet the Bengals have been so notoriously slow starting that all they care about right now in their locker room is we are 1-0.
1-0, baby.
Yeah, and that's big. And they will continue to rise and climb. You're right. It's a rivalry game to start with, where Cleveland just loves playing against them.
Exactly.
Especially the defense.
That's Cleveland's Super Bowl every year, the Bengals.
That was it.
They always look like that, Gil. I know you getting new to this shit, Gil.
I know.
Every time the Browns play the Bengals,
it's going to be a close game.
It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a damn dog fight.
All right.
You know what I did like about Sanders is when the kicker missed, he was over there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, keeping
type of guy.
And that's big because when you feel like you are alienated,
right,
and nobody wants to talk to you, Flacco didn't go over there, Dylan didn't go. It's him going over there. That don't worry about it. It's just a kick. Everyone's learning at the same time. That does show leadership.
Yeah, it does.
Great leadership. Yeah, and it means a lot to the guys. I used to make a point of that when I played. If a kicker missed a kick, tight end missed something, as a leader, just to go up to him on the sideline and be like, "It's all right, dog. We got you. But you need to get us right. We got you. You made a mistake." And I think back to playing in Buffalo, playing with Charles Clay. He's a little shifty, right? A little tight end.
Tight end.
He missed the throw over the middle, and he drops it. And it's fourth quarter, super critical. I remember I went up to him and I was like, "Bro, we got you, but you owe us one." And put him kind of at ease, right? He comes back, deep shot, fourth quarter. He grabbed a game-winning touchdown. I remember celebrating with him, and that meant so much to me because I always made it a point in my career because I'm the big dog, right? I'm always out there battling. Offensive lineman, we don't leave the field.
Right.
I'm the bell cow. We're going to war. you follow that guy. You follow me.
Richie, boy. You better know it.
So that's why I think it was really important, and that was really cool to see Sanders do that.
All right. Then let's move on. We have got another. This is something we talked about on the show previously because we had Jay Gruden on. Jay Gruden was pretty firm on Travis Hunter being an offensive player.
Yeah.
But Aqib, we got you. So I kind of want to know what you think. So we've got 44 snaps on offense, 6 on defense for Travis Hunter. Are they using him in the right way? You know, obviously you're an all-pro cornerback.
I'm gonna say no because 48 out of 124 snaps, that was 61 and 63 snaps for both teams. 48 snaps out of that, that's just not enough for Travis. This is Travis Hunter, a two-way player, and he played fucking 48 snaps. That's just not enough for Travis. So I would do it the opposite. I would start him at corner, and I would get all 61 of those snaps on defense. Then I mix him in on offense, 15, 20 plays. So GM League would have had him at about 85 snaps out of 124. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's hard as a DB, O-line too. Like, we don't play sporadically. We got to get in there, get our feet wet, see your moves. Like, we almost play the same position, Richie. Like, we always on the defense. You got a D lineman trying to work his moves against you. I got a receiver trying to work his moves. The later I get in that game, the better I'll get used to your moves, and I can stop them motherfuckers. So it's hard to just jump in sporadically and play here, then go out, then jump in important situations, third down and red zone. It's hard to just jump in and play in those situations, which is why I think he only played 6 snaps, because it just wasn't looking like, why is we playing him in these situations? It's kind of difficult to do that. So I start him on defense, man. He brings some shit to the table at both. I think he could be an elite receiver or an elite corner, but I think you can get him more snaps if he started defense and you bring him in playing offense shit. I started defense, and it's easier to come in and play sporadically at receiver. Use your ball skills. You could bring him in on third down, bring him in the red zone. You got number 7 over there, so it's real easy to get him one-on-ones. Yeah. Let him use them fucking ball skills. Let him use his twitch. Get him a one-on-one, throw him the damn ball. I could dictate when you get the ball if I just bring you in certain situations. And defense, you could bring him in and the ball don't even go to him. So I kind of wasted him in a sense. So I would do it the opposite. I kind of thought about that. I'd do it the opposite.
Echo you. I can't find a you. They're hard to find. Travis is a you. He is an elite cornerback. He's not Dion, who coached him in Colorado, obviously, in Jackson State, but he's in the ballpark. You were elite, game-changing cornerback. They don't grow on Southern California palm trees. You just can't find that combination of skills and ball skill. You got to have the ball skills. A lot of corners can cover, but they have no idea where the football is in the air, okay? You had both. So you're changing games, and everywhere you went, good things happen because you can't find that. Jacksonville has it upside down because I can find the receiver. They got another one who's really good, and so can Travis. He can be an elite receiver. But this is interesting to me. I had Dion on my podcast back before the draft, and I said, how would you use Travis in pro football? And Dion obviously knows pro football. He's just simply the greatest corner ever, and it ain't even close. I'm sorry, Darrell. I know Darrell. Huh? No.
Never say Reeves' name with Dion.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Because Darrell and I got into it a couple times about this, and I just said, I'm sorry.
Stop.
You're really good, but you ain't that guy. You just, no. So I asked Dion, how would you use him if you were coaching him in pro football? And he said, exactly the way I used him at Colorado. Yep. Exactly. And I said, that's a lot, because here's the snaps his last year at Colorado. He was 773 on defense and 750 on offense. So it's a lot of stuff. And I said, could he take the pounding of that? And he said, yes, he can, because remember, in college, we're playing a lot faster than they play in the NFL, because it's all fast, but everybody runs, run and shoot. And it's go, 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 no huddle, no huddle, no huddle. And he said, at least you have time to catch your breath in the NFL for the most part. There's 2-minute offense and all that. But for most of the game, you can at least catch your breath. And he said, this kid is so special. he could do both at a very high level. He also is great at, he's not a physical football player. He just knows how to tackle and how to avoid getting crushed after catching the football. So I would play him both ways. He can
the majority of the game.
Yeah, he can revolutionize pro football because I think he's capable of doing both at a high level.
I agree, Skip.
Is he better on the offensive end or the defensive end?
It's the same. He's fucking elite.
So he's
Depends on who you ask.
even.
He even, bro.
He has. I mean,
I went and seen that shit live, Gil. I went and seen it live. The motherfucker had an interception and dropped 3 picks on defense, and he had 3 touchdowns on offense. I said, well, shit. He even, bro. He is elite. He was one of the best football players I seen play live in person, and I seen a lot of guys, Gil.
Because I know with Deion, especially when it came to the Cowboys, he was defense, spot offense.
Spot.
So would you reverse it for him and say we're going to put you offense and then spot your defense? Or should he just, so like you guys
That's
saying,
kind of what he did.
keep him on the defense and then spot him offensively?
That's what I would do.
Scout for him?
Yeah.
Shit, Skip say he'll play him full-time both.
Full-time.
I spot him offense. I let him play full defense, spot him offense, just so I could bring a even fresher than a regular Travis Hunter. I'll bring him in super fresh on offense and clutch situations, 2-minute, third down red zone. I'll let him use his skills.
Yep.
That's how I would use him.
Yep.
But on defense, I need him in there every play, bro, because 48 plays out of 124, that's just not enough for a guy like Travis.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, fundamentally, I think having him concentrate on one position would be more beneficial to him. Now I think Aqib's way is the best way. Let him major in defense and then have certain packages for him in offense, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard to get good defensive backs, really hard to get good defensive players, right? It's really, really hard. And I would love for him to be a two-way player. I just don't think it's possible. I think the demand of playing both ways,
studying both film,
right? And if he plays 1,400 snaps in the NFL, I don't think he'll be walking straight, right? He is a special talent. So that's why I would like to see them pick a side. Either he's going to be your really great outside threat wide receiver, or he's going to be your lockdown corner, and then you can get him in on offense in special scenarios. 2-minute drill, have a couple packages for him. Because with him playing 42 on offense and 6 snaps on defense, he really didn't have an impact in the game.
Hell no.
He's a great player. Like, we need to feel his presence.
Yeah.
And I just don't think you do that with him going both ways. And I think it's, it's a trend-setting thing, and it's super progressive, and we're smart, and this, that, and the other. I don't like it. I think major him at one position and feature him in the others. And I think majoring him in defense and then featuring him, sprinkling him in on offense, that's maybe the best way to utilize him. But we'll see going forward. Maybe they can play him.
Yeah.
30 snaps.
Do you go game by game with someone like that until you figure out what he's dominant at? Like, don't have a fixed package for him, and then just do it situational. Like,
well, that's
we're struggling with our receivers right now. Travis, get in.
Well, that's
he changes up the game.
That's the unfair part to Travis, though.
Yes, yeah.
You're going here, you're going here, you're going here. I would bring him in and I'd be like, what are you most comfortable playing? What do you feel you could be the best player at, right? Mm-hmm. And then major him in that, because if you're yo-yoing him back and forth from the defense to the offense.
But have you heard his answer? He doesn't give a direct answer. His answer is, I want to do both all the time, every snap of the game.
Right.
He hasn't given
He does.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you could do it in college,
that's legit.
If you could
But
do
he's
it in
not going to
college.
tell you, I want to be more on defense. I don't think.
Right.
Like, I know the NFL, I know this is the best of the best, but like our practices is turned down a little bit. Like, they fucking bang in college. The training camps, they still like you said, they play way more plays in college. So if you can get it done in college, it's not a lot of guys. It's not a lot of guys who can get it done in college. So if you can get it done in college, why not see if he can get it done in league? And if he get hurt, boom, shoulder hurt, then okay, we might. Well, let's see first. Let's see it, because you would have said that in college. Can somebody play both ways? Hell no, nobody can't do that shit in college. He did it. He played 700 plays offense, 700 plays defense.
But do you feel like getting hit at the college level is the same as getting hit at the NFL level? Can
yes,
you take
them guys, the linemen in college, 300 pounds. The linebackers are 240. The DBs are 200.
Okay.
You just take the best 300 pounders, the best 240 pounders, and the best DBs.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm with you.
The hitting is the hitting.
Yeah.
Guys fucking get smoked every weekend in college.
They do.
Tackling is tackling. The size don't change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The size is the same. is just the best guys at those sizes. You know what I'm saying? So Travis is one of the best guys.
Yeah.
He know how to duck out them hard hits. Bro. That's a skill. And he know how to tackle in a way where I don't really get hurt. I stay chest tackle like Marcus Peters, bro. MP
or Dion.
was a great
Do you remember
tackler.
Dion as a tackler? When it was time to get somebody on the ground, trust me, he got him on the ground. It wasn't physical. It wasn't like sensational. He just got him on the ground.
And see, Skip, to your point, I got hurt on the line. I remember one time I hurt my fucking hamstring tackling a guy because I hit low. And one time I hit a big ass guy, I tried to explode it. It ain't really explode like and I hurt a hamstring hitting, but a guy like my dog MP never hit low. He went straight up, Marcus Peters. He tackled high, chest, tried to rip the ball. He never got fucking hurt tackling. So Travis just know how to tackle without getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's a skill to it, man. I started tackling like MP later in my career. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, I'm gonna tackle like you, bro. I'm diving at legs and shit. I'm getting fucking hurt. Tackling, you know what I'm saying? So I had to learn that from MP.
Cuddle now, huh?
Hey, I'm a cuddle and rip that ball. I teach my son, look, don't watch my tape. Look, we gonna put MP tape on and teach my son how to tackle. And look, my son, first game of the season, my son tackle high, strip. He had a strip. Fumble force, fumble recovery, first game of the season. Tackling like MP.
Okay,
like,
you can miss a tackle doing that occasionally, right?
Yeah, you will, but you're gonna miss a tackle diving at legs, shooting out legs like I did too. So, hey, you're gonna miss. It's the NFL. Guys gonna miss tackles either way.
Go, Richie.
Yeah, my thing about it is it's hard enough to master one position in the NFL, and when you're taking the kid and you're going back and forth, he could be a Pro Bowl player. He's a Pro Bowl talent. He's an all-pro talent, right? 42 snaps on offense, 6 snaps on defense, 6 catches out of 7 targets, 33 receiving yards, 2 tackles and 6 snaps. That's not Pro Bowl football. That's just a guy. That's just a guy out there, right? And I feel that he's just going to be a guy when he's trying to go back and forth on defense, on offense, on this. It's like, and then you add in the snaps.
But if he has the potential, why not see out this potential? If it's not working, you can put him on one side.
Exactly.
But you're not even going to see out his potential.
He has the potential. I don't think his body can hold up.
Okay.
I don't think his body can hold up.
But what's telling you that his body can't hold up? His resume?
No.
Because his resume say he did that shit in youth football, high school, Jackson State, the lower division football, Big 12, he did it.
Right.
So all I can do is go off. I can't say, oh, no, Richie, you can't do this if I ain't never see you not do this.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I got to just go off your resume,
You're going off the resume, but this is the NFL. And this is 42 snaps on offense, 42 snaps on defense. You think that's possible?
I think it is. By a guy who, look, he don't got our habits, Richie. He don't fucking drink. If he was on this show, he wouldn't have a cup of Reposado. He don't smoke no gas. He go to bed at night. He's the LeBron James of this football shit. Yeah. He do everything right. His superpower is discipline. That's what all guys in the league, we don't have no discipline. That's why we have soft tissue injuries. That's why we can't play both ways. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have the discipline to do it. He got the discipline to do it. Hey, man, you got to give him a shot.
The other thing is, this is one of one. This is unicorn.
Exactly.
Ball in air. I've never seen anything like ball in air. Either way, offense, defense, it's his ball. Either way, ball, he sees ball, it's my ball. I will go get this ball because you can't. I will out-jump you. I will outrun you. I will out-catch you to the football when it's in the air, whether I'm a receiver or a DB. And it's such a rare quality. You have to maximize it. Obviously, you're risking the injuries, but he has no injury history whatsoever.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Got to go off his resume.
He has elite ball skills. He is with ball. It's ball like, in air. It's a different. He's a difference maker.
So when do you, if you're them, when do you say, all right, let me try to give you 40 and 40? Which week? Because at some point, you're going to have to try it, right?
I won't go 40 and 40 because that still means you got to take them out on defense, bro. Corners, we are not like 6-mans or we are not relief pitchers or like we don't do that shit. We need to play, and as the game go, we get better and better and better. So you got to give them a full load on defense. And then you give them, 60 instead of 40 and 40, give them 60 and 20. You know what I'm saying? Give them that 80 plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I saw this shit in person.
When did they play the Bruins?
I saw this shit in person. His last regular season college game, I saw that shit in person. And I'm not easily impressed, man. You know, I'm like, that's receiver. I strap him, he trash.
Yeah.
Another, I strap him, he trash. I seen him, bro, short space quickness. You could put him in that offense, throw him 3 screens and just put the ball in his hands.
Right.
Let him show that quickness. Let him show that burst.
Yeah. Which
bro,
game did you see?
I seen Oklahoma State game.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And I seen the Kansas game.
Yeah. That was,
on the sideline, up close and personal.
Kansas got ugly because they got run off the field by Kansas. But
hey, it got ugly, but Oklahoma State, like, bro, that shit was amazing for real.
It was.
I agree with you. 60 snaps on one side of the ball, 20 snaps on the other. What I'm saying is he can't go 40 and 40. I'm saying that. He cannot and have an impact on the game. Could he be out there and just be a guy? Sure, but he can't go 40 and 40. I don't. Because and not because he's not talented. I just think it's so hard to get into the flow of the game, right? Like if you're in a drive or two on defense and they got to give you a blow and then you got to get ready to go on offense, right? You're not seeing all the moves off the line. You're not feeling, hey, in my zone, I got to get back to 12 yards. Okay, this guy's kind of shortening it up. Maybe I should get to 9.
Right.
It's kind of just like sporadic play, right?
Yeah.
So, feature him on one side of the ball, have a little package for him on the other. I don't think that he will ever get to being a starter on both sides at the same time.
Richie, he's going to shatter the mold.
What?
Let's see it.
He's going to change the game. In the future, it's going to be a left tackle who plays full-time left tackle and play 25 plays at D tackle, like a Trent Williams type
Oh,
of
man, I'd
He's
love
going
to see
change
it.
the fucking game, bro.
I'd love to see it.
But what?
But I bet you he in their office right now. Like Liam, I played 1,400 snaps, 700 in college. It's rookies who played more snaps than me on day one.
Right.
Like how the fuck I only got fucking 40 snaps, 48 snaps on week 1? Like I could handle it, bro.
Right.
He's probably in the meeting room right now. Like, bro, come the fuck on, bro.
I know.
Play
Let's
me, bro.
go.
I can handle it, and they're gonna get to it.
That's right. And
He gonna change the mold. He gonna change the game.
that's my thing is it's kind of they're trying to appease this trendsetter, mold breaker, this, that, and the other. He didn't do shit. He didn't do shit in his first NFL game. Are we going to see 6 more weeks of it? That's kind of where I'm at.
But we're not in like.
You go 6 of the 7?
He caught 6 out of 7.
I did something.
He did something, mate. I was very, very efficient. Very efficient. You feel me? And I had 2 tackles out of 6 plays. Like, bro, I'm showing you, hey, bro, put me in. I'm going to put my imprint on this game. You know what I'm saying?
But what are the Jags seeing in camp or the preseason that we weren't seeing? Because
they just got Liam,
you guys
bro.
are all
Liam,
saying,
Liam
put him
is
in
like
defense, right? Put
Liam
him
is
in
like
defense.
a McDaniels to me, bro. Like, you're a great offensive mind, but leader of men, I don't know. I just don't really feel
I
it.
agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
You need a
the head.
person.
Yeah.
Because everybody here thinks he should be on defense. The chat, 65% says more on defense.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the Jags have him 44 snaps offense and a couple sprinkle in a little defense.
Right.
So they're seeing something we're all not seeing, right?
We're seeing Trevor Lawrence, and it's like now or never for Trevor Lawrence, so let's get him everything we could fucking possibly give him.
Right.
That's why they got him on offense.
They're all in on the offense, and they got another stud too. So they're thinking we got a dual threat here.
Exactly.
You got to take one of them away.
What does Liam do? Calls plays. Okay, so he wants.
Exactly.
He wants his guy. Yeah.
Exactly, Skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. I hope we see the Jags put him more on defense. I want to see Travis Hunter on defense. But we got to wrap up for today. We appreciate you guys watching so much. Thank you guys for watching the arena. Woo-hoo!